Hypixel Skyblock is just like every other MMORPG game where you're kind of just put into the game and NPCs barely tell you what to do. Yeah, that's basically Skyblock NPC summed up in a single sentence. This causes a lot of mistakes to occur because no one really told you that you're supposed to go to an upside down ghast every day to collect its balls and then punch its uvula till it spits you back out. So today I'm going to be telling you the 5 most common mistakes I see happening in Hypixel Skyblock. Starting at number 5 is not taking advantage of your bank interest. Lots of players have 0 coins in their bank and almost all their coins are sitting in their purse doing absolutely nothing. It makes sense if you need that money for an emerald blade, but noting how useless an emerald blade is now, you should at least put the max interest balance in your bank. So an example of this is if you have the basic starter account, then having about 15 mil in there will net you a free 250,000 coins every 31 hours. Most people tend to have the premier account for their golden dragons, and with that they're making an extra 500,000 coins every 31 hours for just having some money in the bank. So one quick thing to include before I go into this is I'm not going to be including the Play Shield bank account, because in order to have that at max interest you need about 55 billion coins in your bank, which yeah. With the luxurious account you can make about an extra 1 million coins per 31 hours, and this may not seem like a lot, but that's a free 23 million coins per month and almost a free 300 million coins per year. And we're going into the years because most people do play this game for years on end. Coming in at number 4 is not doing your experimental table. Now what I mean by this is people tend to stop doing the experimental table after they hit enchanting 60 and never even look back. The experimental table can make you a lot of free money if you do it, and it gives you enchanting XP, which can actually be counted as Overflow XP once you're enchanting 60. I can already hear you saying, well Alex, why would I want Overflow XP? Well, here's why. Because Overflow XP still counts as weight. It might not give a lot of weight, but it still gives weight. But Alex, what is weight, you might ask? Well, weight is basically just like the measuring tool that guilds and other players use to see how good of a player you are. The higher your weight, the more you're classified as a good player. With that out of the way, let's talk about number 3, which is not using your max expertise 10 rods correctly. So if you have a max expertise 10 rod and you only use that singular rod for fishing, well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you're losing a lot of money. Let me explain. If you have an expertise 10 rod and you want to make some extra cash by just fishing with that same rod, then here's something you can do. Instead of having your expertise rod in your first hotbar slot, put it in your second hotbar slot. Now that you've done this, we're going to put a new rod on the first hotbar slot, which can be any level of expertise you desire, and you're just going to fish like normal from there. So what exactly is happening? Basically, you're getting the full advantage of the expertise 10 rod, but every time you kill a sea creature, instead of wastefully going into your already max expertise 10 rod, it will now go into the first hotbar's fishing rod. Essentially, you're making free money. Now this is also very situational, but let's just say you have an auger rod, which is expertise 10, and your rod of the sea is expertise 8. Well, you can use the auger rod for ice fishing and still get kills that would be counted for the rod of the sea. We are nearing the end, and with that brings number 2, which is panic selling. Panic selling is something we all have probably done in the past, and a lot of people still consistently do. Whenever someone sees their beloved item's price fall into the ground, they immediately feel an urge to sell it. Well, don't. Okay? I'm getting tired of it. The reason you aren't supposed to panic sell is because the items 9 times out of 10 will usually go back up, probably not to its original peak price, but it will still go up a lot more than its panic sold price. A perfect example of this is warden helmets. Those bad boys dropped to 140 million because they got nerfed, and wow guys, guess what? They are now 200 mil. Please do not panic sell unless you are fully aware of losing a lot of coins. Finally, number 1 is not doing the matriarch every single day. What is a matriarch, you may ask? Well, it's basically what I said in the intro. It's an upside down ghast which eats you, and then you have to beat its stomach till you collect 3 of the things inside, and then you punch its tongue bell thing and it spits you back out. Why should you do this every day, you might ask? Well, you kind of have to do it. You're kind of like forced to if you want the best armor set in the game, and even if you don't want the best armor set in the game, you should still probably get the heavy pearls just in case they make it sellable on the bazaar and auction house. So basically anyone who does this just is making a lot of free money. Anyways, this is the end of the video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys like these types of videos. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.